All right, it's your boy Big Rich with another mob story. Canadian wise guy Tony Musitano dies at 72 last week. Did time for arson, extortion, and 83 Toronto mob hit. Tony Musitano passed away peacefully in Ontario, Canada last week at the age of 72 with little fireworks or fanfare. The Hamilton Mafia figure served 7 years in prison from 1983 to 1990 for staging a bombing campaign in an effort to extort a string of bakeries from playing a role from behind bars in the murder conspiracy surrounding the gangland slaying of drugged out Toronto mobster Dominic Rocco in the 1980s. Despite the Hamilton City Council passing a resolution barring Tony Musitano from returning to town, the crafty, wisecracking gangster came back anyway after his release from prison in 1990 and opened a chain of dry cleaning stores. He quietly stayed off the radar for at least 3 decades of his life, deferring any and all heavy lifting in family mob affairs to relatives. His uncle Angelo the Beast Musitano founded the Calibrian Mafia in the hard-working steel town of Hamilton in the 1930s before being extradited back to Italy in 1965 for the murder of his own sister when he was a young man. Musitano's older brother Dominic was a boss from the Hamilton Mafia until he died of a heart attack in 1995. He was also convicted for participating in the Rocco murder conspiracy as well and did 5 years in the can on a plea to accessory after the fact. Patrick Fat Pat Musitano, Dominic's oldest son and one of Tony Musitano's nephews, is reported to be the don of the Hamilton's Calibrian mob today. The Musitano family was pulled into ongoing unrest in the Canadian underworld with the 2017 assassination of Tony Musitano's older nephew, Angelo Big Ange Musitano, Fat Pat's baby brother and Dominic's youngest son. A mob war erupted in Montreal in 2009 and has since spread to other parts of the country, finally reaching Hamilton 2 years ago by the way of the Big Ange Musitano hit. Tony and Dominic Musitano had Toronto mobster Dominic Rocco killed in 1983 after the cocaine-addicted Rocco, a spoiled mafia prince who had done time in prison for a shopping mall shooting in the 1970s, accrued a $500,000 drug debt and was dragging his feet on repaying it. Rocco's father, Mike Rocco, was the highly respected boss of the Calibrian Mafia in Toronto for years. Mike Rocco died of cancer in 1980, leaving his loose cannon of a son unprotected. Dominic Rocco was under indictment in a narcotics trafficking case at the time of his death, and between lawyer fees and his own habit, he was having trouble making good on the consignment shipments of drugs provided to him by the Musitanos. Furthermore, he was pushing his dope in Musitano territory. Royal Canadian Mounted Police intercepted phone calls and observed face-to-face meetings between Rocco and Dominic Musitano. Rocco was last seen alive on the evening of December 9, 1983, getting into a car with Dominic Musitano and two hitmen Tony Musitano knew from prison and had arranged to handle the contract's trigger work. The next morning, Rocco was found face down, sprawled across a set of train tracks in a field in Milton, Ontario, with 3 bullets in the head and 2 in the chest. This is your boy Big Rich with another mob story. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, if you can, do not forget to donate. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Salute.